Today's practice footage, all of which was taken during the media portion of practice, sure seemed to highlight the Bills' passing game. There were numerous passes deep to John Brown, Robert Foster, and Stefon Diggs. I don't think that was done by accident. Allen's progress in that area is being watched closely by all, including those in the league. But I want to go another route today and highlight what Diggs has brought to the team. Not only has Diggs brought a different swagger to the receiver room, he's rubbed off on several of the younger receivers when it comes to route running. But I think what was clearly evident from the footage today is that he has elevated the competition. And as they say, iron sharpens iron. So let's take a look at how Diggs is challenging his teammates and himself. The first rep from one-on-ones was Diggs against Levi Wallace. A rep where Diggs undressed Wallace, but an inaccurate throw leads to an interception. Diggs was visibly frustrated, likely with the throw, but probably even more so the one-handed catch that he can routinely make. Diggs has his inside foot forward, and on the snap he comes to balance. Which direction is he releasing? Wallace does a great job of being patient. The two are at a stalemate, so Diggs has to reset, so he foot fires to execute a secondary release. But Wallace isn't phased, he just slowly mirrors the steps by motoring backwards. Diggs then comes to balance again, then aims at Wallace's inside shoulder in an attempt to get him to open up. But, as you can see, Diggs' shoulders are still square, so he could still go in either direction. He chooses to release outside, so Wallace plants and throws an outside punch to buy his hips some time to open. Once his hips are open, he uses a near hand jam, and that's when Diggs shows off his processing and hand usage. He immediately counters by grabbing the elbow and throwing Wallace by. He then seals the break with an arm over, but unfortunately he isn't able to reel in the pass with his left hand. That's incredible patience by Wallace, but Diggs just dug deeper into his bag of tricks. On this rep, Diggs crosses Wallace over like Iverson, a route that would make Stevie Johnson proud. On the snap, as Diggs comes to balance, you see what the movement does to Wallace. Wallace immediately is under pressure because his first step was outside of his frame, and in order to recover, he's going to need to use a gather step to regain balance. He does that with his right foot, but you can tell his center of gravity and pads are too high. Diggs gained a clean outside release thanks to his initial lateral step, but look at how he tests Wallace's patience. Diggs is still square, and he could still go in either direction. With Wallace stumbling backwards to maintain leverage, Diggs sharply crosses Wallace over and breaks inside for the completion. He's still fired up from his last rep against Levi, so he gives the business to his teammate. But the matchup to end the media portion of practice was Diggs against Tre'Davious White, and it was Diggs that ended this rep with a touchdown, thanks to the beautiful pass from Allen. First, I want you to take notice of where they are on the field. They appear to be a few yards outside the numbers, so Diggs has plenty of width to work with, and you can even see the red line. White knows that Diggs has a lot of real estate outside, so he adjusts his leverage late. This could also have been an attempt to catch Diggs off guard, likely making him have to adjust his release plan due to White taking outside leverage, but Diggs just shakes it off. On the snap, he bursts inside, and it's not just a lateral step. He threatens upfield all while keeping his shoulders square. White has to open, and when he does, he even flashes his outside hand in an attempt to deter Diggs from cutting back outside, which Diggs ultimately does anyway. So White gracefully flips his hips to the sideline as Diggs looks to chop the corner's hands down, but White isn't in close enough quarters to disrupt Diggs. Without any disruption, Diggs can accelerate to top speed and gain separation vertically, but more importantly, horizontally. So White goes into recovery mode, and as soon as Diggs looks back for the ball, White does too. They're both hand fighting, but White appears to step on Diggs and it throws his balance off. He rolls his ankle and the stumble puts him out of phase. This allows Diggs to continue to separate and track the ball. But look at the finger dexterity as the ball drops in. It's simply an incredible play by Diggs. So as you can see, today's practice was a spirited one. And while Diggs won most of these reps, as Coach McDermott says, iron sharpens iron. It will make everyone better because competition breeds success.